When it pertains to the foods you shouldn't be eating, it would certainly be easy for me to point to the noticeable. Bacon, for example, despite its deliciousness, well, on whatever, will at some point double your risk of stroke if you eat a lot of it every day. And also food specialists caution that comfort, deep-fried foods are no better. Donuts, French fries, and hen wings not only intimidate your midsection, the deep frying process actually leaves food instilled with poisonous chemicals that place you in danger of chronic inflammatory conditions and also specific sorts of cancer cells. A lot of us recognize that we must eat much better. Yet if you believe you're consuming healthy yet the following 20 foods make up the majority of your diet, think again. So as long as I despise to be the bearer of trouble, it's primetime television you discovered the hidden dangers of these preferred North American foods. 1. Tinned tomato sauce. You could not associate tinned tomatoes and tomato sauces with high fructose corn syrup when you're making spaghetti and meatballs. Nonetheless, when it pertains to covert resources of sugar, your preferred tinned tomato sauce is most likely among the sweetest perpetrators, covertly adding to increased rates of excessive weight, diabetic issues, coronary artery condition, and also dental decay. To cover your pasta with a much healthier sauce, check tags for reduced sugar, reduced sodium tomato sauce, or make your own using fresh tomatoes and natural herbs. You can additionally locate containers of pureed tomatoes with no sugar-coated or salt to combine with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, fresh flavors, or chopped onions and garlic for included flavor. Remember, it's constantly best to add your own seasonings so you understand what's entering into your food. 2. Soft drink. Trust us when we state, sugary soda is not your buddy. Not just does it create weight gain, however, it can damage your teeth, ruin your skin, hormonal agents, state of mind, and certainly, blood glucose degrees. A lot of Americans obtain the majority of the sugar in their diet regimen from drinking sugary drinks like soft drinks. According to recent government records, greater than 60% of kids, 54% of adult males, as well as 45% of grown-up women contended the very least one soda or sugar-sweetened beverage a day in between 2011 and 2014, creates Time publication. A lot of individuals succumb to the diet soft drink trend because they think it's in some way better for them. Actually, there are two different types of research which verify or else. The most obvious and also well-known issue with diet plan soft drink is that it includes aspartame, an artificial sweetener. A study in Applied Physiology, Nourishment, and also Metabolic Rate located that aspartame elevates glucose levels, overwhelming the liver as well as triggering the excess to exchange fat, writes Eat This, Not That. There's likewise evidence that the coloring in brown beverages like soda can increase the price of malignant and benign growths in rats as revealed by the National Toxicology Program and has actually been classified by the International Agency for Study on Cancer Cells as a possible carcinogen for people. Not just as their substantial research study to connect the usage of soda to weight problems and diabetic issues which then enhance an individual's opportunity of creating cardiovascular disease. However, Time magazine mentions that research studies have shown individuals that consume diet plan soda are more likely to eat even more calories elsewhere, and there is evidence that the chemicals in diet regimen soft drink may really change gastrointestinal germs and make individuals extra susceptible to gaining weight. Each fizzy can you guzzle down is cancelled out of dietary benefits, unless you take into consideration concerning 10 teaspoons of refined sugar in your best interest. Sodas also include large dosages of synthetic food dyes as well as chemicals like BVO, brominated grease. 3. Deli meats. Also, just words nitrates seem like a ticking time bomb. This actually isn't as well much brought thinking about the levels of salt, preservatives, as well as ingredients that offer delicatessens meats like ham, salami, as well as bologna their rosy color. Cold cuts and cured meats are also high in trans. In fact, Time magazine points out that even the brand names that market themselves as low-fat are high in sodium. The American Heart Association mentions that just 6 slices of delicatessens meat can add up to half the amount of everyday advised sodium. Yikes. Adults that eat this sort of food increase their threat of establishing high blood pressure, heart disease, and cancer. Studies also show that children that grow up consuming lunch meat are extra susceptible to learning issues and behavior conditions. Most people need to be on a salt-restricted diet plan due to salt's link to high blood pressure, states Dr. Laxmi Mehta, supervisor of the Women's Cardiovascular Wellness Program at The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Facility to Time publication. The link between diet plan and high blood pressure is so solid that sometimes all it takes to heal it is a limited diet regimen. In some cases, my people with raised high blood pressure are able to make significant enhancements just by readjusting their diet plan. 4. Artificial sweeteners. You could have made the swap from fine-tuned white sugar to a sweetening agent like acesulfame potassium, aspartame, neotame, saccharin, or sucralose since artificial sweeteners consist of fewer calories. Nevertheless, even if the FDA identifies them secure for human consumption, it does not mean you necessarily should. Many research studies have linked reduced as well as zero-calorie foods and drinks to an increased threat of metabolic disorder, high blood pressure, kind 2 diabetes, weight gain, as well as cardiovascular disease. Actually, many food scientists think about aspartame, the most harmful compound in the world. If you require a touch of sweet taste, usage all natural agave syrup, honey, or actual maple syrup sparingly. 5. Margarine. You've listened to the warnings when it concerns trans fats or saturated hydrogenated oils. Certain, they're plant-based oils, yet they're still so highly processed that nutritional experts offer foods, like margarine, a large thumbs down. Why? Due to the fact that trans fats enhance the danger of poor cholesterol, cardiovascular disease, and also stroke. Time publication notes that trans fats are at their highest possible in those bricks of butter that remain solid at area temperature, and also these are the ones that are often marketed as a much healthier selection. So avoid the sandwich spread as well as rather utilize mashed avocado or added virgin olive oil for a healthier spread or bread dipper. I like to drizzle toasted pita bread with a bit of olive oil and also balsamic vinegar. You can also add a couple of tips of a much-loved heart-healthy oil, spices, and also balsamic vinegar on a plate for dipping bread, biscuits, and also other crudité. 6. Bottled salad dressings. The worst thing you can do to sabotage a fresh, nourishing, crisp salad is by sinking it in bottled salad clothing. Even the fat-free or minimized fat dressings are loaded with sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and synthetic shades, i.e., sugar coloring. Some bottled salad dressings have as much sugar as a Krispy Kreme glazed donut. High fructose corn syrup has actually been revealed to boost appetite and result in health issues such as weight problems as well as diabetic issues, states Lisa Moskovitz, Rhode, creator of the NY Nourishment team. Naturally, the luscious salad dressings are among the most awful in terms of fat. A few of them have up to 30% of the daily advised quantity of fat in just 2 tablespoons. Yikes. For a much healthier salad mattress topper, mix a few tablespoons of balsamic vinegar or apple cider vinegar with a couple of teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil for a healthy salad having good fats. Depending upon the sort of salad that you're consuming, using a house-made tomato or fruit salsa, homemade guacamole, or hummus, or perhaps marinating your meat beforehand, might provide enough taste that you don't need salad clothing in all. 7. Whole dairy. In addition to the fact that whole milk products consist of far too many saturated or poor fats, they're likewise packed with an additional active ingredient that will put you off your grain bovine growth hormonal agent BGH. This synthetic hormonal agent is engineered in a laboratory to enhance the milk manufacturing of cows. However, nutritional experts state BGH is passed along to people in milk in the form of youth weight problems, in addition to particular cancers, persistent migraines, as well as rheumatoid arthritis. Nonetheless, you can select organic cows, goats, or sheep's milk that come minus the included hormones. Pet milk alternatives, such as almond, soy, and rice milk are likewise alternatives. 8. Hot dogs. By hot dogs, I'm really describing any type of smoked, cured, or salty meat that contains chemical preservatives. Nevertheless, hot dogs carried the brunt of food objection thanks to clinical and media records. For instance, findings from the Physicians Board for Accountable Medication claimed that refined hot dogs need to lug cigarette-style warning labels. It turns out America's favorite ballpark reward is so filled with salt, chemicals, as well as toxins that normal once-a-week intake can enhance your risk of colon cancer cells by concerning 21%. Eat this, not that. Composes that researches released in the journals FASEB and Also Aging have linked high levels of serum phosphates due to nutritional usage to higher prices of cardiovascular disease, chronic kidney disease, weak bones, and also increased aging. Fortunately, chemical-free hot dogs as well as sausages are your own for the taking at organic butchers and also often straight from the ranch. 9. Potato chips. Medical scientists approximate that potato chips, in addition to French fries, they are no better for you, and also various other deep-fried rewards, i.e., hen fingers and also wings, are accountable for a few thousand cancers yearly in the United States and Canada. So the next time you get on a drive-through for some crispy greasy contentment, think about the threat to your colon, busts, bladder, prostate, and anus. The elevated threat of these problems comes from acrylamide, a health hazard developed throughout the deep-fried food preparation procedure. So instead of getting your chips pre-bagged, opt for baking them in the house on your own. Cut white as well as red potatoes, sweet potatoes, leeks, carrots, beets, and also parsnips. Brush with a little olive oil, sprinkle with sea salt as well as dill or garlic if you want, and cook in the oven until crispy. You can look for baked chips in store as well. 10. Improved white carbohydrates, white bread, white rice, white pasta, pre-packaged chips and biscuits, cookies, cakes, morning meal cereals, as well as basically each and every single junk food on the market all have one thing in common: enriched wheat flour. That's why I'm always going on about the kind of carbs, facility carbohydrates versus starchy carbs that mostly comprise your diet regimen, and just how they determine the way you metabolize food and your degree of energy. Not just are improved grains stripped of the majority of nutrients, they likewise absorb swiftly into easy sugars, triggering blood sugar degrees to surge and come rapidly crashing down in a wave of irritation as well as midday treat attacks. Eventually, a starchy addition is linked to weight gain, inflammatory problems i.e., joint inflammation, type 2 diabetic issues, heart disease, and also hypertension.